My work in ecumenism has allowed me to get to know many, many different Christian denominations and groups and fellowships. One of those groups that I've gotten to know that has been a great source of blessing to me is the Salvation Army. Most of you only know the Salvation Army because of their Christmas kettles, their raising of funds, and their care for the poor. Many don't even realize that the Salvation Army is a church. One Army leader in Washington, D.C. said to me over a meal a few years ago, "Sometimes we have a hard time deciding, are we a church or are we a ministry to the poor?" And the answer is, they're both. They have a magazine called War Cry, and because of my friends in the Salvation Army, they've sent the War Cry to me for several years. In the current issue, there are a number of things that addresses our present crisis and pandemic. There's a great article called Pray, Wait, and Watch. By nature, these articles are simple, they're practical, they're down to earth like the work of the Salvation Army. The author's subtitle is "These are 3 Holy Habits for a Time of Uncertainty." She says, does this major in the Army, the first thing we must do is pray. Pray to have God's eyes and God's ears and God's heart for the world around us. Secondly, we should learn to wait. The psalmist says we should wait upon the Lord to renew our strength. If we learn to wait while we call upon the Lord, and to pray and to wait, especially in silence, in contemplative prayer, and in what she reminds us of, the church called Lectio Divina, reading the sacred scriptures carefully with attention, not to all the grammar and the words, but to a word that God fastens into our conscience to speak to us. We must learn to wait. And then finally she says, we must watch. Wait, pray, watch. Watch. Watch to see what God is doing. Watch to see where doors open. Watch to find opportunities to reach out to others in service and love and ministry in the name of Jesus Christ. In these recent weeks, what I've been doing is finding ways to do these 3 things. And when I pray, and I wait, and I watch, I find that there's multiple opportunities to make a Zoom meeting to encourage someone, to call all the widows I know who live alone, to pray with them, to call friends to see how they're doing, to call those who are suffering with illness but can't see someone if they're in the hospital, but could perhaps talk to me, to stay in touch with all those who are hurting and suffering, and to be a source of encouragement wherever possible. These are simple things. You can use your Facebook page, you can use email, you can write letters and personal notes, you can use the telephone. But do it. Reach out, care for someone, show the love of Christ, get involved in the opportunities that exist in abundance to care and show mercy and love in these tragic and painful times.